And your guide's going to come on there in a couple of minutes for you. So just make sure you can see up there. So Fighting Ships is a little self-led walkthrough tour, and it shows you what life was like on a ship like a Trincomalee outside. In a minute you'll all meet your guide. He's the young powder monkey named Jim. Once you've seen his intro up there, I'll let you through. You'll go to each room, look at each scene, they'll describe what's happening to you. When he stops talking, you all just go to the next one. You'll pick it up really quick. These lights on the floor can help you get round. Green ones are emergency exits. If you want to leave at any point, please feel free to go straight through to the end. And if the fire alarm at 5 can find you. But like I said, main gist is when you stop hearing his voice. And he should be on the screen just now for you. There he is. Sessions. Like I said, when he stops, you'll just go to the next one. Thank you very much.
The Prosperity is a frigate, faster than anything bigger and bigger than anything faster. 150 feet long, 40 feet in the beam, and with a crew of 277 men. We're on the lower deck. More than 200 men eat, sleep and live here for months, sometimes years on end. It's crowded. Each hammock is just 14 inches wide. You sleep shoulder to shoulder. Hammocks are comfortable but often damp. The captain has us wash them regularly, and it's a lot easier to wash things at sea than to get them dry again. Underneath us is the hold and the magazines. In battle, that's where I'm sent to fetch the charges for the guns, which are mounted on the upper deck above our heads. 28 of them, men and ship killers. The upper deck is where I sleep, me and the other ship's boys, in hammocks slung between the guns. A ship's boy is there to fetch and carry, run errands, do all the jobs no one else wants to do. It's not an easy life, but it's not all bad either, even though you are at the bottom of the heap. Above you are the able seamen, the warrant officers, the wardroom officers, and at the top of the heap, the captain. The wardroom. This is where our officers dine, drink, rest, and play cards. Mr. Oakley, our first lieutenant, and in the scarlet uniform, Mr. Reynolds, lieutenant of the Marines. They play cards a lot. Mr. Abel, who's interrupting, doesn't. A midshipman hasn't got the money to lose, being as he's no older than me and not paid that much more. Like me, he's there to fetch and carry and pass messages. Unlike me, he was born to give orders, and does, to us at least.
Captain's compliments, sir. He wishes to speak with you after you have dined.
Did he give you any clue to the topic?
No, sir.
I'll wager it concerns blockade duty. What do you think, Renhold?
I'll wager you'd rather speculate about what the captain's thinking than show that hand of losing cards.
Not at all. Please inform the captain I shall be there presently, Mr. Abel.
Sir.
After I have relieved Mr. Renhold of his money.
Mr. Oakley is second in command and liked by the men. But when it comes to relieving people of their money, the expert is standing at the back, Mr. Tully, the purser, who's practising his craft on Dr. McRae, our ship's surgeon.
You'll find the flames come out with a second glass, Dr. McRae.
I certainly hope not, Mr. Tully. The favour's a thing I was hoping to forget.
It is an unusual vintage, I agree.
I was unaware that vinegars had vintages. It's both disgusting and weak. I'd say it's been watered down.
Well, Doctor, if you don't like the wine, you're free to take the trade elsewhere.
Except we're at sea for at least 3 months. Pursers always win. Mr. Tully and his like sell everything. Food, tobacco, drink, even the cloth we use to make our clothes. so the more he cheats, the more he makes. Dr. McRae should have learnt from Mr. Trevelyan, who brought his own wine aboard and is now sleeping off the effects. Even without the parrot decorating his jacket, Mr. Trevelyan is not the smartest officer. But he's the second most important man on board. At times, he matters more than the captain. Trevelyan's the ship's sailing master. It's not only that he's the best navigator, he's the man who actually sails the ship. When it's blowing a full gale and you're trying to stay clear of the rocks or the coast, your life depends on the sailing master, not the captain. It's a brave or foolish commander who'll go against his sailing master's advice. Few do. A good captain listens to his officers because even though his word is law, he can't run the ship without them, or his warrant officers. But you won't find them in the wardroom. Warrant officers are practical men. You find them on deck. Of all the warrant officers, it's Mr. Keneally, the gunner, who I have the most dealings with. He doesn't suffer fools gladly. He's a man who insists you get it right, first time, every time. Get it wrong, and either the guns don't fire fast enough, or they explode, killing the gun crew and, most often, the crews either side. Mr. Keneally's job is to blast holes in the enemy. Mr. Greenway, the ship's carpenter, patches up the holes they blast in us. A craftsman, he's one of the few with a trade he can practice on land when he retires. If he retires. Mr. Risley, the rope maker, and Mr. Wilde, the sail maker, they're craftsmen too, skilled at their trade and good with their hands. As for Mr. Carew, our boatswain, he works with his hands as well, and his fists. Cross the line and it's him you'll answer to.
Master, damn you! You're here to work, not to admire you.
That knotted rope is called the start, and it tickles compared with the cat o' nine tails. It's not hard to earn yourself a flogging. Drunkenness, slackness, talking back to an officer, even spitting over the side. There are other punishments. You can be put on the blacklist, meaning you're woken early, your rum ration is cut, and you get all the worst jobs. Or you have to toe the line, stand on the same spot without moving for hours at a time. Either punishment means you've got off lightly. Flogging's not something anyone ever forgets.
Crew to muster on deck to witness a flogging. Move yourselves.
It's a hard punishment, and it's not always the right man who gets lashed. But when every man's life depends on everyone doing their duty without question, there's few men who'd say it's either wrong or cruel. Though it's never an easy thing to watch.
Matthew Yeldon, you have been sentenced to 12 lashes for the crime of drunkenness. Commence! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There are other sides to life on board ship, better sides. You'll find it hard to believe, but Navy food is often better than you'd get on land. On board ship, you'll eat meat 4 times a week, more often than a lot of landsmen. Even so, our cook, Evans, is not the most popular man on the lower deck. Everyone jokes about what he did with his leg after he lost it.
Blast you, Evans. You call this meat? It tastes like a ship's timber.
No, Jack, it doesn't. The bread tastes like timber. The meat tastes like road.
If any of you think you can cook it better, you're welcome to try. What do you expect? The junk to taste like venison?
Junk is boiled salt beef, and next to it on the plates is tack, hard ship's biscuits. So hard that some carve them into trinkets. You can do the same with the cheese, which is either as hard as stone or stinking and riddled with long red worms. The food in the mess wouldn't suit a dainty eater, but at least there's plenty of beer to wash it down with.
And it's all stored down here in the hold. Salt beef, beer, cheese, water, peas, butter, and guess who they send out to find it? You learn a lot down here, things you better not know. Like some of the meat being older than I am, a lot older.
The officers' food isn't stored in a hold. They get fresh meat, early in the voyage at least. The animals we keep on board, cows, sheep, pigs, hens, mostly end up on their plates. Look down and to the right of the table, and you'll see how we get fresh meat. Millers, we call them, owing to the way they try to eat their way into the bread store. So eating them is a way of paying them back, getting our bread second hand.
Drinking for your sweetheart?
Sweetheart? I hardly know him.
You know my name.
Well, so you told me your name. Then we'd best get wed.
At least it's my real name. There's many around here who'll tell a girl a name that isn't.
Your real name. Aren't you the perfect gentleman? Go on then. So what will you buy me?
When we're in port, those with wives or sweethearts bring them on board. And for those who don't have either, or whose women are a long way away, there are more temporary arrangements.
Cheeky. Come on, sailor. Up you come. Come on.
It's not just prostitutes who'll empty a sailor's pockets. There are tinkers, peddlers, hucksters, tricksters.
Ribbons for your lady.
Find the Queen, watch the cards, and find the Queen.
Best prices paid for your trinkets and keepsakes. Best prices. No one pays more.
There's good reasons why there's the saying to spend like a sailor. And if this lot don't get your money from you, there's always the inns and taverns. Shore leave passes quickly. You try to enjoy yourself as much as you can while you can. Not everyone returns from a voyage.
Round and ready! Hard a port! Steer across her stern! Steady now! Port side guns, fire! Reload with chain shot! We'll demast her!
God's name! Someone help me!
Henshaw, get him to the surgeon!
All guns primed and ready!
On the uproll! Fire! She's losing her main now! Get us in closer, Mr. Trevelyan. We're beating them. Switch to grape shot.
I'm dying!
Henshaw, help me get him to the surgeon.
Throw me over the side, man. It's quick.
Henshaw, leap him. Walk out of that person. Get in closer, Mr. Trevelyan. Closer. 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 Fire! Look out! She's beat!
Captain! She's striking the cutter!
By God, you're right! She's surrendering!
Get me some help down here!
All three hands to the pumps! We're making water! Report battle damage! All-time damage, Captain. Mr. Oakley. Aye, sir. Assemble a boarding party to take the surrender.
Aye, sir!
And Mr.
was your horse on the bus on the two.
match uniform must be a present from his father for getting a promotion. Most officers can't afford to get their uniform fitted. We bought ours ready-made off the shelf. Yes, I thought so. He's no ordinary customer. It must be wanting a complete outfit, dress uniform and all the trimmings. You just look at the smile on that tailor's face. I'm surprised he hasn't impressed in the service, living so close to the docks. There's a shortage of good tailors in the Navy these days. He must have some influential customers, if you ask me.
When the blues over, take it on the rock, right away.